So, this video has been like 2 years in the making. What the fuck? This is a weird video to talk about publicly because this is like one of the darkest times in my life. But I want to make this video because I want people who feel similar to know that it's okay. So, I dropped out of university 3 months in. It was a horrible experience. I didn't enjoy basically any part of it, and it's okay to quit things if you just have that gut feeling and you know. So I'll start at the beginning. In sixth form in school, whenever I was picking, to go to university, I was very depressed. I struggled with depression for most of my teenage years, and it really formed in me in a kind of sense of apathy where I just didn't care about anything. I didn't care about my grades, I didn't care about my future, I didn't care about other people, and I didn't care about myself. I feel like some of the teachers that taught me around that time would say that I was very quiet, very reserved, kind of hung out on my own or like with maybe just one or two people, and sometimes I was even a little bit rude because depression just it can form in some really ugly ways, and I was a little bit some of the jokes I would make were a little bit inappropriate for like a school setting and just for a teenager to be saying. Like, I would make like jokes about killing myself, or oh well, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna kill myself by the time I'm 30 anyway, and just stuff like that that's like a little dark. And I know like when you're in that kind of state you think it's funny, but like it's not really a joke if no one's laughing. And like I feel like sometimes teachers just looked at me about like, that kid is weird, she's fucked up, she's got problems. So yeah, whenever I was picking schools to go to, a lot of my friends were going over to England, and a lot of people I knew were going to Liverpool, and I really wanted to do that. I was like, that would be really cool, I'd love to get away from here because I had a very sheltered life and upbringing, and I was very bored. I feel like that was a big part of like contributing to my depression. I was so bored with life, so I really wanted to get away from everything. And then I talked to my family about it, and my mom was basically just like, we can't afford it, I'm sorry. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I was doing film studies because I really liked that class in school. I loved the teachers that taught me. I was quite good at film studies. Like I was pretty average just because I didn't try hard enough because I didn't care, but if I had have actually put in effort I would have been really good at it. I liked how creative it was, and it was just something different than like normal school stuff, So I applied for uni, applied to study film, and then I got in and I went to uni in September in 2018. But the whole summer I did not prepare one bit. I didn't like read anything about preparing for university. I didn't like talk really to any people. The way you have like Facebook groups and things where you can meet people that are in your course or that you're going to be living with. I did that like a little bit, but not really. I didn't really make any effort to get to know anyone beforehand. I basically just kind of ignored it and like pushed it to the back of my mind. And then the day that I arrived there in September, as soon as I arrived like at the gates of my accommodation, I was like, oh shit, what have I done? Because I literally had that gut feeling from that very first day. So don't ignore your gut feeling. I was like, I don't want to be here, I shouldn't be here, why am I here, why am I doing this, oh god, oh shit, oh fuck, I don't want to be here. And I was like, I've already spent the money on all the new stuff and don't have anything else to do in my life, so I may as well just go for it. So the first kind of month I just spent like partying and drinking, and I don't like doing that. I don't like drinking. This is very kind of dark and a weird thing to say, but I feel like I have a very addictive personality, so I don't think it's a smart thing for someone like me to drink or do drugs or anything, so I don't do that. It's just, ugh, that's a bit scary, but I don't like doing that. So I was doing I wasn't doing drugs or anything, but I was just drinking like on nights out, doing a lot of shots, tequila, that was my favourite. And I did this thing where like I would just drink a little bit and then I would like act really, really drunk like everyone else, and like, you know, I would be like the life of the party, woohoo, party girl, Melanie's here. And then I was like the wanderer, so I would like pretend to be really drunk and I would wander off somewhere else. But what I would actually do was I would like straighten back up and I would just go outside and get a taxi home and just go to bed, because like I hated partying and I didn't really like have a lot in common with the people I was friends with. Like the girls I lived with and stuff were really, really nice. Just in case they see this, like I didn't hate you or anything, I really just hated myself and projected it onto everyone else. I know those girls probably think I was like so rude, but I just like was not in a good place, and like I'm sorry for taking that out on you a little bit. But I would literally just go home and then sit in my room and watch like That 70s Show, or like listen to Avenged Sevenfold and Taylor Swift, and like watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia and then go to bed. And I actually did that so often because like in the taxis, because it would only be like 11 or half 11 at night, the taxi men would be like, oh, you know, early night, and I'd be like, yeah, got like a class in the morning. And then when I said that to one of them, he said, yeah, you said that last night as well. So, you know, I just really wasn't enjoying myself. I wasn't taking care of myself at all. My depression hit like probably its worst, or one of its worst peaks, in like October, November time. I remember one day in particular, I stayed in bed the entire day. I didn't get out of bed until like I think it was 4 or 5 that evening, like afternoon, evening, and I hadn't eaten or drank anything all day. I looked a mess, and I put like in the oven these like oven fries and like nuggets, like the most unhealthy, greasy meal ever, which just makes you feel worse. And then I said like one word to my roommate, and then I went back in to my room, and like that was it. And then I really made a habit of that, where I would be like, okay, they would all be like sitting with their friends and stuff in the common room, and I would be like, okay, I'm going for a nap. And I would like go for a nap for like 3 to 4 hours every afternoon, just because I wanted to be on my own. I didn't want to hang out with them or other people. I just wanted to like isolate myself and be alone, which again just made things worse. Don't isolate yourself if you're depressed, because when you're depressed, being alone with your thoughts is terrifying and maybe not really that good. You know, talk to someone, get help. So yeah, then whenever I came home for Christmas, it was just like the best thing ever. And in January, whenever I was like waiting to go back, I basically just told my family, I was like, I can't go back. I hate it so much. It's the worst thing ever. I don't have any friends, which was like low-key my own fault. Well, I had one friend, Jay, who I still like love and talk to all the time, but you know, I didn't really have any friends. I wasn't enjoying the course, because I realized, which is very important if anyone is like in their last years of high school now, please listen to me when I say this. Do you really enjoy the subject, or do you just enjoy the teacher? Because that's what I realized. I didn't love film studies. I loved the teacher that I had that taught film studies in school, so I thought I loved that course. But then when I got to uni, and I fucking hated it, and I didn't care about any of it. I hated the course. I hated all the aspects of the course, and I was like trying to read the stuff being like, I don't care about any of this shit. Like that was another moment whenever I was like, oh god, what have I done? So I just said to my mom and my sister, I was like, I hate it. I hate the people. I hate the course. I hate living up there by myself. I hate every single part of it. I don't want to be there. I can't do it. And they were like, you know, okay, well, maybe you should just wait until the end of the year, see how things go. And I was like, if I go back there, I will literally kill myself. And I don't know if my family know this, but I actually had a plan to kill myself. Like, it was really bad. Like, I had kind of like a suicide note. It wasn't really a note. Like, I kind of turned it into a song. But that's how bad my depression got. I was like, I hate it here so much. I'm literally going to die if I go back. So then they pulled me out and I dropped out of uni. And I had a ton of inconvenience fees for dropping out halfway through a school year. They don't tell you that. I had inconvenience fees from my accommodation and from the university, which 2 years later I am still paying off, and it is going to leave me thousands in debt, even more so than like normal uni does. And then now that I'm back at university, which I'll get into, they cut my finance in half for the first year because they took it out of what I already owed them. So I'm like more poor than a normal uni student now, because like, just don't drop out halfway through, okay? Just like either wait until the end of the year or do it. Like, I don't know if doing it at the end of a semester will stop that, but you know, talk to someone about it and like really make sure you're not getting yourself into thousands and thousands of debt before you even like finish university, you know? Or you know what I mean. Basically, around like a couple months after dropping out, my life really started to turn around and my depression started to fade away, because I was doing what makes me happy, which was I was just working a little part-time job, and I was making videos and I was writing my songs, and I was like writing and recording my first album. And then I met my first boyfriend, my love, and you know, that really just like turned my life around as well. And then obviously that was a big inspiration for my first album, My Precious Heart. Like pretty much all of the songs are about him, and you know, I was just so happy. And then he went off to university in Liverpool as well, and I would go out and visit him like once a month, and I was like, wow, I love it here, I love this city, like it was so cool and fun. And then I was working this horrible job that I hated in a cafe, and it was just the worst, and the customers treated me like shit, and the pay wasn't the best. It was okay, and like I just hated it so much, and I was like, this can't be my life forever. I need to go back to university. And I have always been good at English literature and creative writing. Like I've always written stories my whole life, and when I was a kid I wanted to be an author, and I've always written songs. So I decided to study English literature and creative writing, and I applied to Liverpool. Thankfully my family is in a bit more comfortable financial situation that we were able to make it work, and I was able to work as well and save up some money through like different part-time jobs. And we like literally just by the skin of our teeth made enough money for me to be able to study in England. And now I'm doing a course that I love, and I'm really getting so much out of it, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I'm not saying that you have to go to university to be happy. Like there are many other routes that you can take. University is not for everyone, believe me, I know. And you know, I just want people to know that first of all, everything works out in the end. Everything, I promise. Even stuff that I'm dealing with now, I know will work out in the end. Don't make decisions half-assed, and you know, actually put time, effort and thought into university, and if you want to go or not. Like I said, there's many other options. Thank you for watching this if you made it to the end, and I'll see you soon.